Ladies and gentlemen, about to get this league game in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on, let me check on these Cowboy jerseys. But you know these Cowboys be wearing crazy stuff. So we're going to wait on that. Week 12, 7-3. Not doing too bad. Oh, shoot, I didn't see it. What was it? Hey, he did it real fast. I didn't even see it. The hell? Oh, yeah, in white. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool, that's fine. Go ahead and roll with the white. We go with the black. Yeah, sometimes them Cowboys, man, you can't, you know, Cowboys, yo. Cowboys be, they stuff is off sometimes, so it's all good. So we about to get this game in. We doing all right. We're doing all right. Hope everybody is good, man. I'm not going to be at EA Play, I don't think, unless something happens at the last minute. Although I could change my mind. You know, your boy been to E3 about 10 or 11 times. And I'm just E3'd out. But EA Play, that's a whole different thing, man. So I'm looking forward to getting, you know, to hearing the information. Hopefully we can get some CFM news and everything. So
hello everybody, I'm Larry Ridley and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports.
Gaming news, right?
In today's matchup, we have a defense that loves to quickly get off the field. The Cowboys are #1 in defensive yards allowed, and they go up against the Bengals, who will need to be sharp on offense.
I guess EA just decided they wanted
to play let's hand it over to Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and Mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys.
But it's like a bold, it's a bold move. Definitely a bold move.
One man in the backfield, Elliott.
You would like him to go to the outside. I don't think he go to the middle.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass and completing it.
The first down throw for Winston. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Running some nice plays here.
With some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz it, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
Here we go with 2nd and 7.
It's fine. And I'm just running some very vanilla offense right now. But one thing I don't want him to start getting...
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively.
I'm going to invite him to run through the middle.
Winston now from the 50.
Get that,
and his pass incomplete. And the Bengals starting defensive unit now.
Trey Waynes is a very aggressive cover corner player, learning how to add off coverage to his game.
Thing every play. Just trying to keep
7 yards remain now on 3rd down.
Just trying to keep him
on 3rd down, Winston. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the 1st quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both.
He's running a lot of different plays. And that's fine. Ready, 125.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Ready, ready.
2nd down, Winston. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
Assume he's going to call something.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Jameis again. And
you see that?
Off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. The Cowboys will turn it over now to Dan Bailey for the field goal try. It's a 39-yard attempt right hash.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away.
Trying to do these little dink and dunks.
Just fielded a few yards into the end zone.
I'm a fan of dink and dunk.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
trying to run some stuff that we ran. When we played them last time we played. And I think we were successful going up the middle, like in these ISOs. Based on the type of defense that he runs. Now he might remember that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out.
Working some normal formations. I'm trying to look up. Something like that. Here we go. Hurry up, watch it now, Barney. There we go now. 13. Watch it now, Barney.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Conley's got it over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
3 yards left to grab here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
And this will be taken at the 13. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So we've got a 2nd and 5.
But what I don't want him to do is sit.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. A dump off to Elliott. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Winston. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
My DB kind of lined up like he was getting ready for it.
Taken in at the 11.
Let's go, Flanders. Let's go.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
We're going to try to be smart. Try to get the run game going.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Second down now after the incompletion.
I think what he's
Let's go. Watch it now. Look at 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Get that.
Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Interception, so I have to be smart.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Time running out here on the play clock. They go play action here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
What I like to do is finish up this half 7-3. I still feel like
2nd down to the offense needing 5 yards.
Isn't yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys feel like that.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning. So maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Brief break in the action here. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Ready? Easy. Sonic.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Winston now to throw on 1st down. Finding time. Looking deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Greedy, baby.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Greedy dog.
Second down following the incompletion.
I like it. I like it.
Ready, blue ready. Let me go.
A second down throw for Winston. He's got time. Now he's forced out left.
Go get him, baby.
Time finally
Go
runs out.
get him,
He can't
baby.
get rid of the football, and he's taken
sir.
down.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot,
Yes,
but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Ready, blue lady. White.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Third and long for Winston. Throwing right, and that's complete. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to fourth down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he'll punt it away for the second time.
It's one of them slow games, man. Already a half is over.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
I still don't feel like I'm settled in to the offense. It's kind of a weird game.
Watch it now, boy. Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun.
They come out here in the eye. Gonna give this time to the tailback. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
That was my mistake. I think that was my mistake. Really, because I think took it. I think if I took it to the outside, I think you might have had that.
And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2.
Down in the field goal position.
They'll come out in the pistol.
That'd be great.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Conservative here. They're not going to get crazy.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. Are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
No. Check. Here we go now. Over.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to go up top again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
But I think right now, faster type play. I'm still like freaking jittery.
Detroit! No. Check. Patriot! No. Check. Patriot!
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Watch it now, Barney. Back that up, here we go.
They come up in an offset eye.
I think they always think you're going to do the sweep, right? They're always ready for it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. The play clock's running down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to lead to a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And ready for 3rd and 6. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Defense sinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. A dump off now to Hill. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
I want to say I felt like we had somebody else open. I'm just not seeing. I'm not.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said,
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. distance. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They keep on the ground with Elliott. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Second down following the run. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
Ready, blue way.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. The slot man in motion right. On second down, Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
Since this game is so slow, this is probably like the game, right?
Ready, blue way.
Anything having somebody come through the middle.
Ready, blue way. Easy.
Third and short yardage, Winston. His pass caught at the 4. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try to run it in with Elliott.
Oh, get that ball, baby. That's how you do it, big team. That's how you do it. We bend, but we don't break, baby.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back
That's
out
how
onto
we
the
do
field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Might have a ball game here.
Here we go now.
I feel good about this.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run with their fullback. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 3rd down. Third down and 5.
Smart.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up, Detroit. All right, now look at 56.
Hill, the lone setback. They'll set up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense, but when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field, and they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Ready? Blue waiting. Easy.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
They go to Elliott again, and he'll take this one down to about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Ready? Blue waiting.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down.
Oh,
Complete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him
that was
all
that
day
interception
long with
we
all the
needed,
targets
baby.
trying to go after him, he's obviously
this game will come down to one
his
drop.
pride is kicked in.
What we gonna do?
Play.
It's
what
away.
we gonna
It's
do,
a
baby?
high kick here, but not high enough to hit the scoreboard here in Dallas.
Landis, take it to the house.
Just a 30-yard punt that time.
First of all, that wasn't
Possession
smart.
will switch here as this offense will come on
everybody
deep
know that.
in their own territory.
Everybody know that. That's why I'm going to put some speed in. And we're going to hope to pop one. And if not, we got to put together some
tough starting field position here.
Detroit!
To get this touchdown.
Detroit!
To win the game.
Let's go!
Again, we'll see the pistol here. And on the ground they go with a running back.
Get off.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Second down following the run.
Not be afraid to go deep.
All right, here we go. Over.
At some point.
All right, let's go. Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Philly, here we go.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a third down.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They've been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
So I'm just going to go with it. We got 2 plays here. And that's it, 2 plays.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll look to throw. Surveying the field. Looking left side. He's got him. Complete.
Keep going, baby.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 13 yards there on the pickup. And the Bengals are going to have a first down. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. He's back to throw. Finding time. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Unfortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here.
Got that.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Seconds. And it's not been many games that we have not scored.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, touchdown, Barney.
So the D-line's going to spread out.
Over.
Back to throw. He's got time. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. He'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to let it fly. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Only 1 timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have 1 timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
6-4
The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt, the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for the Cowboys, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins.
Thanks everybody for watching. It's your boy, Mad Scientist. I'm out.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.